John had a vision of a scroll that no one was able to open. It was not a matter of physical strength, it was a matter of authority. No one had the authority to open it. Not even God the Father had that authority, because it apparently required something more than he could do simply by speaking a word, something more than just willing it to happen. It must be something incredibly important. And we can see that by John's reaction in verse 4. I wept and wept because no one was found who was worthy to open the scroll or look inside. John sensed the importance of the scroll. It's like the history of the universe hinged on the contents of that scroll. If no one could open it, it would be the biggest tragedy in the universe. Everything would be futile, worthless, a failure. John was stunned, dismayed, overwhelmed by what a failure might picture. All his hopes and dreams, all the hopes and dreams of everyone in the universe would be smashed, the most cruel joke possible. He wept and wept. He broke down, sobbing uncontrollably. The vision was designed to give him this sense of tragedy. But eventually the resolution came. Verse 5. Then one of the elders said to me, do not weep. See, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, has triumphed. He is able to open the scroll and its 7 seals. There is someone who can do it, who has earned the right to do it. He has triumphed. There was some sort of battle, some sort of challenge, some sort of contest that God the Father did not go through, but the Lion of Judah did. And this triumph has authorized him to open the scroll. The lion was announced, but John saw almost the opposite of a lion. In verse 6, he says, then I saw a lamb looking as if it had been slain, standing at the center of the throne, encircled by the 4 living creatures and the elders. The lamb looked like it had been killed. Maybe its throat was slashed. John doesn't tell us how he knew this, but the lamb was standing. And most astonishingly, the lamb was standing in the place of God. He was in the center of the throne, surrounded by the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders. The picture is that the lamb is divine, equal in status to God the Father, and yet for this particular task, he is more qualified than the Father is to open the scroll. The Lion of Judah, the Root of David, that's Jesus, is also the Lamb who was killed and yet is now alive. And this experience is what authorizes him to open the scroll and let the plan of God proceed. Now, in reality, all of this happened before John went to Patmos and had his vision. The only reason that John was invited into this vision of heaven is that the Lamb had already provided the solution to the problem. But it is portrayed in the vision for John to see and for us to appreciate. History is not going to end in tragedy because the Lamb of God has triumphed.